Hello, AOS fans! Yes, it's the Agents of Beastgrave, and we're back, and we have special guests in the garage tonight. And I've brought Matt with me.
Hello, it's me.
What are you playing tonight, Matt?
Guess.
Skritch is back in the room. Pete's not here, or is he? And I will be bringing Hrothgorn. So you're bringing Loot N Scoot.
Yeah, the often maligned deck, supposedly.
Yeah, I've heard about it. Andrew Marlowe, our patron, he goes on and on about how terrible unfair it is. Yeah, so I'm interested to see. I must confess, I was thinking of bringing Condemner's Control to this match, and then I heard you were bringing the Loot N Scoot, and I thought, I don't want to bring an experimental deck that might not work at all to that game, because it could just be painful. So I have brought a Hrothgorn slightly tooled up to try and stop it deck. So we'll see whether it works or not.
Yeah, this will be my second game.
Okay.
And the first game went nigh on perfectly.
Right, okay.
So
that's good to know.
Yeah, like I said, Andrew hates it. I find it hilarious.
I think we're here for the fun, really.
Yeah.
I'm going to try and remember that when you're absolutely pulverising me and the glory's just racking up. I'm going to try and remember that it's fun.
Like I said, in the Discord, I played LOS, and I didn't roll a single attack, didn't kill a single person, right. And I scored 24 glory.
Okay, well, it's nice knowing you, Matt. You can leave now.
Okay, thanks.
Bye. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Right, we've set up boards, and I lost the roll-off, continuing that trend. And therefore, the Loot N Scoot, funnily enough, chose to have 3 objectives on their side. So, pick the board first. I set up this way, this little slight offset, and made a bit of a mess up with my lethal hex placement. Matt put his down there, and I thought, oh, that's exciting. I'll put mine down there too, because that'd be really helpful.
That's mine.
And then I realised that I might as well tell you I've got calculated risk in my deck. And of course I drew it first turn. So we're going to crash on, and we'll roll to see who places first.
Yeah. And
it does matter actually, because we've got 5 models each.
Yeah.
Oh, there's 3 crits.
And I roll a 4.
I just want to see whether I got 4. I've only got a 4 once.
Yeah. Okay.
Right, I think I'll place first.
I didn't win. Oh. So it begins.
I'm going to start with Stop It and Tidy Up in the middle.
Skritch is the greatest.
the hidiest.
Yeah.
So I'm going to put Bushwhacker here, I think.
Kirk. It's probably not how you pronounce his name, but I'll do. Kirk.
I'm going to put Thrafnir here.
Hungering will go here.
Okay. I'm going to put Quiv there.
Lurking here.
Big man. Go there.
Festering here.
So I kept all my cards, but Matt, you got rid of some.
Yeah, discarded what actually looked like decent cards, but there's reasoning for it. I'll talk about it for days if you want. Got rid of Supremacy, Steadfast Defender, and Uncontested. Don't rate Uncontested. Steadfast Defender I don't rate against in this matchup, should I say. Supremacy is obviously a solid one with 5 guys, and the objectives are all quite close, but
Trouble is that's an end phase one, so you've got to wait for your glory there.
correct. And with what I have in my ploys, I didn't rate surviving it, because it's going to be a wave of bloodshed.
So roll off the first round. I've got a crit already because I finished setting up first. So if you roll and don't get one, then
4 crits. 1 crit.
Well, 1 crit is single.
You
So
need something.
it needs the single.
You get something.
Single and a double. I will take the first turn. I'm going to start with a move. I think I'm going to move Bushwhacker.
Wow!
Go 1, 2, 3 to there.
Right.
And then, as a reaction to that, I'm going to to make sure I got it right. After an activation, if there's no friendly trap model on the battlefield, I'm going to put one on the objective there. And in the power step, I have nothing.
Okay, my first activation. I got no power cards. Sorry.
Okay.
So my first activation. Going to move him to here. So he moves 4, 5, 5. So he's going to hop over to here.
Okay. Anything in the power step?
No cards for me.
Okay, I'm going to play sidestep. Just move Hrothgorn up to there.
Okay, I'm going to play Scratching in the Shadows. Choose any if I don't push him on hex and push him back.
Okay.
I don't like it. I don't know what it is, but
Don't like it being near.
No.
Keep away.
Okay, I have nothing else in the power step.
Cool.
Okay, so for my second activation, I'm going to make a charge action with the cat. 1, 2 to there. And so it's 3 swords for 2 damage, but you are trapped.
Yay.
It's a crit.
1 dog. Like he has to. Oh, he's there.
Oh, I forgot that. No.
Dead, I presume.
It's 2 damage.
What?
First glory, the first blood has drawn.
It's fine. I got him where I want him.
Didn't want him anyway. Stupid Skaven.
Power step, I have nothing.
I have nothing.
Okay.
So yeah, my second activation. I am going to bring him back. So I'm going to put the Lurking Skaven back with Skritch's action. Place a friendly backer on the starting hex. I'm going to put him there. No, I'll put him there. And the cards for my power step.
Sorry, I'm going to put lethal snares on Hrothgorn. For my third activation, I'm going to make a charge action with Hrothgorn. To there. He's going to charge. And he's going to shoot at Festering Skaven. 2 swords, 2 damage. Nothing.
That's sort of bounced off a crit as well.
Yeah, I saw.
Close.
So nothing there. So
I'll allow it.
I'm then going to reaction. I'm going to, after I've ended a push or move action, it contains a feature token. I can flip that token. So I'm going to flip objective 4, turn it into a lethal hex.
Cool.
And I have nothing in the power step.
Cool. My third. I'm gonna make a move to there. And pass power.
Okay. I'm going to do nothing in the power step. My fourth activation, I'm just going to move with Lug It and Thwack, and they're going to go 1, 2, 3 onto there. Power step, nothing.
Okay, pass for me. So for my fourth, I'm gonna have to sink the damage, but I need to start scoring. So gotta take a damage there, and then gotta take a damage, 2 damage from there.
That's 3 damage.
Yowza.
But I need to start scoring.
He is that desperate.
Temporary victory.
Whoa.
Power step. I am going to put 7 growth on Spiteful.
Okay, so he's back to 3 wounds, is he?
Yes.
Okay, it doesn't move very quick.
Nope.
Well, relatively. I mean, he still moves like 3 once he's inspired, I think. So.
Yeah. I'm going to play Mischievous Spirits. I'm going to start by moving 5.
I mean, back in Nightfall days, no one gave a crap about it because no one did objectives, and then as Beastgrave suddenly became all about the objectives.
Well, the first time I'd worked so hard, and then he pulled it out, and I nearly cried. I was like, nope.
It's the only real obvious counter to Grimwatch. It stops them in their tracks.
That's why I was so upset.
I went first and I've scored nothing.
Good, because I scored nothing.
Brilliant. So I'm going to
stop me in my tracks.
I'm going to get rid of Versatile Fighter. I'm not sure about that card. It never seems to work for me. I'm going to risk keeping the other 2. I'm going to get rid of Flush Them Out as well. going to get rid of Duelist Speed. I'm going to keep the other one, keep one objective. So I'm going to draw 2 new objectives and 4 new power cards.
I don't score anything. I'm going to get rid of Tactical Supremacy 1 and 4 because you've balked Objective 4. And I'm going to get rid of Tactical Supremacy 3 and 4 because you've got rid of number 4.
Oh, painful.
As soon as you did that, I was like, oh, God. Okay.
Kept a good poker face though.
Power. Oh, I'm going to draw back up. And in the upgrades, I'm going to put Cryptic Companion on this one, who's called the Hungering. I'm going to keep those 2, and I'm going to draw back up.
Okay, so I'm going to roll off for round 2. It's a crit and 3 singles.
No.
Oh.
Bye, Skritch.
Yeah, I'm going to go first. Thank you. I am going to go first, and my first activation, I am going to make a charge action. I'm going to make a charge action with Fafnir. He's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And he will, at some point in the future, be scoring Gather Momentum. So I've charged. Cool. 5 hexes away. So he's 3 swords, 2 damage.
Mm-hmm.
It's a crit.
1 dice, yes. No.
That's 2 damage.
Yeah, enough, yeah.
So that's a glory. And a glory for Gather Momentum. And in the power step, I'm going to play Unexpected Peril.
Ooh.
Pick 1 feature token and empty hex in my territory and flip that token. So I shall flip this one as well, please.
This is a pure you deck, isn't it?
It's valid.
Sorry, Matt.
It's okay, I'm just getting a really poor draw everything.
It is annoying when that happens. You're like, can I just have some cards? Just a few cards.
But
Okay.
I hate blaming my decks. It sounds so cheerless.
And then I'm going to... Sorry, and then
It's
if you've
his
got
turn.
nothing... Sorry, have you got anything? I was going to say if you've got anything.
No. No, nothing.
Okay, I'm going to put Hunter's Reflexes on Hrothgorn.
I'm going to play Mischievous Spirits now just to get out. And I'm going to move this one here first.
Okay, and I'll move this one this way.
That's fine.
Oh, I didn't see that one there. I'm going to put Spirit Bond on. So you put it on. I never get this round the right way.
Put on Hrothgorn.
I put it on Hrothgorn, and I'm going to choose Quiv as his person. That's Quiv over there. And as a result of that, I'm going to score Unexpected Cunning because I played the 3rd or subsequent power card this turn. Thank you.
I feel a deep spiritual connection with that card.
That's a great card.
Only because it just describes me whenever I actually pull something off. With the tagline, "They're savages, how are they doing this?" That's pretty much me in a nutshell.
Do you have any?
No.
Okay, I'm also going to play Frozen Earth. Pick a feature token in a hex that contains or is adjacent to your leader and move it from the battlefield. I'll take this one off completely.
I didn't want number 3 anyway. It's overrated. Everyone knows this.
And you'll probably be pleased to know that I'm now done.
Okay. So's Matt.
Yeah. Okay, so for my first activation, I'm going to charge 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Really lethal hex.
You know it, you love it. But I'm going to roll dice because obviously this game plan's not working for me regardless. So 2 dice looking for swords.
Shadage.
Nope. Which is the whole reason why you shouldn't roll dice.
Dice suck.
Yeah.
But did you score something?
Oh, I did, thank you.
I was going to say.
Calculate risk, obviously. Yeah, 3.
You're doing great.
Hilariously keeping abreast of the problem.
So I'm going to use a reaction to your attack, and I'm just going to move Hrothgorn to there using Hunter's Reflexes.
The single most overpowered card in the game for Hrothgorn. I hate that card with a passion.
Yeah, it's alright, I keep forgetting to use it normally.
That's the only thing that saves it for me. someone pointed out in our game Hrothgorn versus Reavers that you could use that every time to stop me using all of my reaction cards. With that I used with the Reavers in that game. That would have crippled me.
Oh, is it a reaction?
Yes,
it's a reaction, and it's every time. It's because it's when a quarry makes a move, but because Hrothgorn makes everybody a quarry, you can't escape from it.
Yeah, it screws over the doggos with their attacks.
Yeah, the bites, isn't it?
Yeah, it screws over all of the Reaver cards, which are like when someone dies, when you cause wounds, when things happen. It's just horrible.
I'm going to play Never Scrabbling. Choose a friendly fighter, they switch places with an adjacent fighter, so these two are going to swap.
And inspire. Oh, it's got interesting now.
You didn't want to inspire Skritch?
Yeah. It's that sort of game where it doesn't. I have the impression it doesn't really make much of a difference, so that's fine.
Okay. Anything in the power step?
No more cards for me.
Okay, I've got nothing else either. So my second activation, I'm going to have a shot with Hrothgorn at whichever one this is. Can't see. Festering. So it's 2 swords, but I have got single and double supports through.
You do.
Spirit Bond and Stop It and Tidy Up. There's a hammer.
You need swords.
Oh no. The other one was a crit, but it was on the edge. And a support.
So 1 success?
1 success, yeah.
2 dice for him, isn't it?
No,
1. Yeah. Duck and weave. More. He's dead.
Fuck indeed.
It's 2. And I've got nothing in the power step.
Cool. I'm going to expendable on the lurking Skaven. During attack action that will cause any damage, I just remove him and you take damage regardless of the range, and you don't score glory
or damage. He doesn't even need to kill him.
Okay. For my second then, you're passing, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to bring Rat back. Does it make a difference? No.
Have you got anything in the power step?
No, sorry.
I'm going to put Great Strength on Hrothgorn. Here goes. I'm going to charge with him. I'm going to go. Oh, sorry. Have you got it?
Yeah, I'm done. Yeah.
So third activation. I'm going to charge with him. I'm going to charge Skritch. 1, 2 to there. Through the lethal hex.
Ooh.
So we'll score calculated risk.
I just wasn't expecting it.
So it's 2 hammers, and I have got single and double supports.
Mm-hmm.
2 successes.
Skritch rolls 2 dice.
Greatest. He's not the greatest.
Oh.
So it's 4 damage.
Ow.
And I also score Hunter's Feast because Hrothgorn's taken out 2 fighters this turn. Yeah, it's 2 glory, that one.
Okay, for my third activation, I totally thought of this myself. I'm going to charge for Kirk.
That's a genius move.
Only a fool would do that.
Whatever did you come up with it?
Only a beautiful, crazy mind would come up with a move like that.
It's just funny because the Well of Power article literally says you don't need to roll dice. And here I am doing 2 attacks in a turn.
It's a bit tricky when your opponent destroys 3 objectives.
Yeah. 1 success.
There's a hammer.
No.
Yeah!
Is that somebody dead?
Yeah.
I knew you'd do it. I never doubted you.
That scores me all 3 of my objectives. Because I got you. No cards in the power step for me.
Okay, my 4th activation, I'm going to charge with Stop It and Tidy Up. To there. So they roll 1 hammer, but they get +1 dice if they've got fewer than 2 wound tokens on their card, which they do.
They only do 1 damage though.
Yep, they only do 1 damage. So that's 2 misses.
I still got a roll, haven't I? Because
they have their ability to move.
No reaction. If this attack action, there were fewer successes in the attack roll than the defense roll. Push the target 1 hex. So
I need to fail.
Yeah. Well, I don't really know.
It's moot at this point.
Yeah, it's kind of moot anyway because
you move them a hex, but that's
anyway. Just for the sake of funness, and I do succeed, so you can push me if you so wish.
Okay. Well, I will just because I can. Oops.
Yeah. Power step.
Power step. I have nothing.
I don't have anything. That's not through. Okay, my 4th activation.
I've just realised when I kill Skritch, I'm inspired.
Oh, good point.
Yeah. So I could have had an extra dice when I attack with Lugget and Thwack over there. That'll teach me to forget stuff.
So then for my 4th activation, I'm going to move to number 2.
2, okay. I can push Hrothgorn if you after the activation, and I will just push him. It's got to be closer, so I will just push him to there.
No cards for me.
Nothing for me.
So it's end phase.
End phase. I went first, didn't I? I've scored keep chopping. I made 4 attacks. And I've scored butchering, I think, because I scored this in end phase if there are more enemy fighters out of action than surviving enemy fighters.
No.
Oh no, survive can't read. Can't read. I thought it was surviving friendly fighters. So I can't read, so I don't score that, and I don't score this one either. I'll keep these 2. 1 new objective and 5 new power cards.
So I am going to score Diddly Squat.
Boo.
I'm going to discard Swift Capture because there are no objectives on that side of the board anymore. No idea what happened. I'm going to keep the other 2. You may as well at this point. So I'm going to draw up to 3. With my power cards, I'm going to discard the Blazing Key because objective 3 doesn't exist. I'm going to keep my other one and I'm going to draw that.
So we need to roll off for round 3, do we? I can't remember where we're at.
Yeah.
Round
So we've drawn up, we're ready to roll.
Okay, so I get a crit and 2 doubles. Oh, 2 crits.
And then single attack matters.
Yeah.
Did you score a glory for your cryptic
I
companion?
didn't.
Oh,
It's clawing her back.
it's a bit harsh.
I'm going to go first.
Okie dokie.
I'm going to go for the easy kill. I'm sure people are turning in their graves, not that they're dead, but I'm charging again with Loot N Scoot.
Again,
It's doing work to be fair.
Again, Loot N Scoot is great unless your opponent's a bastard and destroys 3 of the objectives.
2 hammers. Or crits, obviously. Yay! I'm doing it.
Well
It's working.
done.
God damn it, dice.
I'm so proud of you.
One job.
Yeah. Power step. I'm going to put Survival Instincts on the Hungering.
Okay, I'm going to put Tome of Offerings on Hrothgorn. I just realised at the end of your attack I'm going to actually just move him 1 using his Hunter's Reflexes.
Great.
Most OP and bannable of cards.
Because I'm feeling spiteful, I'm going to do Distraction and...
Push him back.
Actually, no. Yeah, you played yourself. Congratulations.
Okay.
You fool!
Okay, I'm going to play Mirror Move because I can and just put you on more this way. In fact, no, I'm not. I'm not going to bring you on more. I'm going to take you and put you on the reflex.
Boom.
That's just nasty.
Who wins?
Anything else?
No. No cards for me.
I'm going to put the Potion of Rage on Hrothgorn as well.
Just to make him extra dead, yeah?
Just to, yeah. Okay, so my first activation, I'm going to shoot at Kirk with Hrothgorn, and I am going to use the Potion of Rage.
I am shooketh.
So it's 5 dice, needing swords with double and single assists.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm not. He is the supporting fighter, so I think it's only single assists
Oh, yeah.
because he can't support twice.
No.
It's a crit with 4 swords,
So I got a chance?
2 crits. Oh no. You rolled
One defense dice.
Okay, yeah, rolled 1 defense dice. I don't think I've ever seen that before. Thank
I
you.
do get martyred.
Whee. So up yours, Robin.
Yeah, just as planned. So my second, I'm going to charge. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Leave him alone.
Use 2 dice looking for. I actually forget what's the actual word for swords.
Fury.
It is a
I
fury.
think
What's
it's
the other
fury.
one then?
Smash.
Smash. Fury. Oh look,
There's a crit.
my first one of the game apart from the priority roll.
Nothing.
1 damage, count it.
Just 1. Do you want to push him?
No, thank you.
Okay.
I'm going to score gathered momentum though. Hence the 5.
Nicely done.
Well done.
Another glory.
creeping.
He's on his way back.
Problem is, I run out of objective cards because I discarded the 3. So
At least you have to get rid of all the standard objective ones, and then you, yeah.
Can I?
Okay, my second activation, I'm going to shoot with Hrothgorn again. I'm not going to use Potion of Rage this time, I'm pleased to know.
Would be known as cheating.
It's a crit.
who was this against, sorry?
Against Loki, he's got 2 dice.
No.
He's just going to say I take a wound.
Yeah.
Ah, yeah. So you don't get a glory.
No.
You don't get Tome of Offerings.
No.
You do get the middle finger.
I've got nothing to do in the power step.
No for me.
Your third activation?
Yep. I'm going to move to there. And no cards.
Okay, I'm going to play Distraction. Put him back in the lethal hex.
No.
I'm going to play There's Always More.
What should I do here?
Oh, it does.
It does, yeah.
Yay, I'm doing it. Thing is, he's prime time for the dog to, or
hasn't
the
got
cat
the
to
wound.
buy him. No cards for power
Okay,
step.
I'm going to put Trophy Belt on Thrafnir.
No cards. Pass
Okay.
again.
I've got nothing else. Third activation, I'm going to charge with Thrafnir and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I do go through the lethal hex, so I do take a damage. That's 3 swords of clean, which doesn't make any difference, does it?
I'm on guard, so technically, yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, and I can
But-
re-roll 1 attack dice.
Is that because I'm a warrior?
Yeah.
No, it's
No,
because
it's
he's
just
inspired.
because I'm inspired.
He gets a 1 dice reroll.
So it's a crit and a sword.
Okay.
Crit and a
So
success.
I need, and I presume this is death.
Crit and a shield, or 2 crits.
Yay!
Up yours, Robin.
Re-roll shield.
Oh, he's
Yeah,
on guard.
he's on guard.
Oh, I've got cleave.
Yeah, because you have crit, so he's dead.
Aww.
Cleave.
I get 2 for that because I've got Trophy Belt on.
It's just not right.
I feel quite bad now.
You should.
In a game
Yeah.
of 3, it would have been an even spread. Power cards?
Power cards, I haven't got any left.
Where's my violin? My tiny violin. I got no cards to play, so my 4th, I'm just going to draw a power card.
Okay.
And because I'm spiteful, I'm going to push him into there with sidestep.
Oh, nearly killed him.
Yeah, good.
That'll teach
Bad
you for...
cat.
Almost kill is almost a win.
So my last turn, I'm just going to chuck away Opening Gambit because it's in the action phase, isn't it? So I can't score it because I haven't scored any objectives, and I'm going to draw a new card.
That's just terrible.
Can't score. Should have done it earlier.
Okay, you won.
Yeah, did score another 4. Triumphant, Hunt, and
I
Butchering.
score 2. Because I
Combo
scored
strike.
Hey.
government and oof.
I apologise on behalf of the agents for that. That was disgusting.
That was hard to watch.
That was painful to watch. It's like watching someone
Just
kick a
gonna say,
puppy.
we've finally beaten a visitor. Before we get too like, oh no.
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, we haven't beaten anybody who's come to the garage.
You're welcome.
Matt can come back.
I do feel really bad now.
I feel, yes, because anybody watching at home wonders what the hell we're going on about. Matt told us he was bringing the Loot N Scoot deck, so Robin had forewarning that Matt was going uber objective heavy, and I think if you'd have taken any other deck than this, you'd have lost so painfully.
I'm not sure.
I'm not sure because my opening hand was so poor.
Yeah.
Your
I
cards
struggled.
And
didn't
in
seem
my
to be a
defence,
problem.
I didn't change very much. Because I've run Hrothgorn with objective destroying before, and so I didn't actually change very much. The only thing I did do was I dropped a couple of defensive buffs for him because I knew you wouldn't be attacking me.
Yeah.
And I did.
Took into like misdirection, or not misdirection, mischievous spirits or things like that.
No, that's in there. Mischievous.
Okay.
I have mischievous spirits is in every deck I create now because it's if you come
Screw
across
people
any
over.
sort of
Horrible.
objective thing, you've got to have it, and it's better than Restless Prize because you can't undo it.
Yeah.
Well, you played it and it screwed me over straight away, and
Yeah.
I was already backpedaling, and that just floored me effectively.
And
So I
then
just was going to recover.
I think there was
But,
you maybe had made a small error where some of them that you moved, you didn't move on to starting hexes.
Yeah.
And you do that, and then you suddenly realise afterwards,
It's not only
I
that,
put them in
but
completely
I
the
think
wrong
with
place.
Mischievous Spirits, I did push these two onto starting hexes, And then I played Mischief of Spirits, and then I moved them off.
Whereas you could have moved one onto another at least one of them still onto a starting hex, but
even then I'm scrabbling over 2 objectives, and destroying 3 just screws me over. But I had to put one in your territory to force the issue because I have swift capture.
Yeah, and I was really lucky as well because if you're going to go objective destroy, you've kind of got to go all in. So I put 3 in, and all 3 came out. Yeah. But yeah, they could have been 2 of them could have been at the bottom.
Because you hadn't gone through all your cards, had you? You had about 5 left, and if you had that problem when you played Simon, you had about 2 or 3 cards that would have been really useful. And they were all in your bottom 5.
All distraction. I had 2 distractions and mischievous spirits, and they were all at the bottom of the deck.
Didn't you have Tome of Offerings right at the bottom?
Oh yeah, well that was the 2. But what I read, because I knew he had Dug In and Supremacy, so all I had to do was get one or other of those bloody cards out, and it didn't come out. Yeah. Oh, I think I wasted distraction so I could play the trap.
Yes, you did. Yeah, which was completely pointless. But
yeah, it was. That was a bit of a silly thing to do.
I mean, Hrothgorn, I think he could be a real contender for doing over the Grimwatch as well, because Grimwatch rely on objectives, and if you do take those 3 cards and you've got Mischievous Spirits, you can be an absolute pain in the backside for Grimwatch. It's just a question of whether those cards came out, because if you played the second game and you had more of your Surge cards earlier on and Robin didn't get all of the cards he needed earlier on, it could have been a really different game because you could have run ahead quite early. The other thing, sorry, I know I'm still talking. I like doing it though.
Thanks, Dad. I'm talking.
I'm talking. The other thing was you've only got like 2 rats inspired. You had so few cards that you could actually use to inspire your guys.
My bottom cards didn't come out. 2 steps forward, which inspires 2 straight away.
Yeah.
There was another one. Sidestep came out right at the end. There's always more, which came out.
That was like one of the last cards you had.
It came out too late, but it's all very much shoulda, coulda, woulda, because I could have drawn this, that, and the other, but then at the same time, Robin would have had to have drawn poorly,
or at least just not drawn.
I can't remember what you threw away at the beginning. I mean, you didn't know, but I think you could have scored the one that isn't Supremacy. The one that's worth 3 that isn't Supremacy, uncontested. I think you could have scored that.
Thinking about it, because you weren't holding, and it doesn't require X amount, does it?
Yes, because it's just you have to hold more, or you have to hold 1, and your opponent holds none.
I think it's 2. It's 2 and none.
Oh, is it 2?
Which I did.
You could have,
but that would have required me holding on to these 2, and they would have been dead, effectively.
Do?
Survive while sitting on an objective, which I wasn't going to get. I didn't get.
Is that the one survive an attack and stay standing on it? That's tougher.
Yeah.
It's great with survival instincts.
If you get any of your other cards,
the whole thing where you can't get pushed, and okay, I'll take the hit, but I'll survive because I'm healthy as heck.
Yeah.
And then when the objective was there, wasn't it, at the beginning? I think, or there. I was going to run Kirk around, but then something happened that forced me to put Kirk onto here instead, which then forced me to engage Skritch. But it's like, I need to get some glory going at this point, and that got me temporary victory. Great, but
it wasn't protecting Skritch, which is one of the things that.
I mean, it was close. It was close near the end because he had 2 dodge, and you were only rolling 2 hammers. I think it was.
It was I had some supports.
It was. Oh yeah, you did have the supports. Yeah, so that did make it tougher. But that is the problem. If Skritch is your only hope at that point to get some glory, it's like, do you go for that glory, which you need something to get going, or do you keep Skritch out of the way? But
I think if you're an objective player and you're playing Hrothgorn, you want to try and make sure you keep the objectives as far apart as possible, because what I wanted to do when you started putting them kind of here, I was like, oh, that's great, because I can keep in the middle and you're going to be going for them, and I can either destroy them or I can just shoot you.
Off,
So I think if I was playing Grimwatch or this deck, I'd try and keep them spread out, because he is horrible if you get anybody anywhere near him, especially with Hunter's Reflexes or whatever, where you just keep pushing.
I hate that card. I hate that card with a passion for Hrothgorn, and this comes back to the problem I have where you had the Stormcast, the Curse Breakers, and they're all casters, which means that spells that come out are awesome for them and average for other casting warbands, but that means that they're kind of a bit broken because they can do so much better with them. And again, Hrothgorn, he does the whole I'm a hunter, you're all quarries thing, which means any cards that come out that say do this if your opponent's a quarry are awesome for him, and nearly completely.
All of his fighters are always quarries.
Exactly, but nearly completely rubbish for anybody else, because nobody bothers with any of the mechanics which are make other people a quarry because you have to rely on cards.
I think because there's a bunch of cards in some of the decks that you've played with, and you're like, I don't know what quarry means. I said, you don't have to worry about it.
No one uses it. No one cares.
They always seem to be in my deck, and then you always seem to tell me that they don't matter.
They give you a bonus for being a quarry, but there's
no downside to being
paying. It's obviously someone who builds specifically for it, which is rare.
Yeah. But in his case, he makes them all quarry.
He makes everybody a quarry anyway. There's no point in building for it other than him.
Yeah,
because and then it's irrelevant because he makes everybody a quarry.
And you've got that card which then completely disables people's reactions and makes him super manoeuvrable.
Yeah, I think they also need to change that. Well, I've said this before. I'm not sure anybody actually agrees with me, but I think when they made the ruling that the end of the activation was the same as the end of the action, they need to reverse that. So the action is different. So you can still do things after you've fought, and the end of the activation comes next. Yeah. So there is a chance. So basically, Hrothgorn's thing doesn't interrupt whatever you might want to do, because otherwise it's like for rippers.
Because right now
destroys rippers.
Yes, yeah. Because right now, saying after an attack and after an activation, they're the same thing. Whereas if you have an after an attack reaction window, which would then enable rippers to do their stuff, and then an after an activation window, which would then enable
because they are different things. So in Ripper's case, they're still activated. Yeah. They're still they're still able to fight and they're still activated. So I think it's different. I mean, they possibly did it to simplify it, but I think there's a few little niggling card interactions that get screwed over by it.
Well, they went into great lengths on the back of the Beastgrave rule book to show the activation steps by blah, and they almost immediately went, "Oh, I didn't mean that." Why do you mean this?
Yeah, actually, no.
And then there's the Well of Power article that actually goes into detail about this is the reaction window.
Yeah.
This is when you and have to rely on a third party to.
They're always selling that website though. Whenever they're on their chat and stuff, people ask, "What are the stats on this?" They're like, "Go look at Well of Power."
Yeah.
Like, you guys should have this.
Yeah.
This is your game. This is your stuff. You should be championing this.
To be honest, if somebody's doing it just as well as you're going to do it, why bother?
Yeah. If it's free, you might as well just say go look at them.
Yeah, it's true, but at the same time, it's
for the rules though. You're right. They totally should be getting that right. But for the data, I think it's kind of
fair. Yeah, possibly. I definitely do think the reaction window stuff still needs hammering down. It's a lot clearer than it was, but there's still a few kind of niggly windows in there that I'm not 100% happy with.
Well, this is clear. I just think it's right. I think it makes certain interactions overpowered.
But they have a habit of making a bad call on something
and then double downing on it,
and then double down on it, and not ever reversing their decision and saying, actually, that was stupid. We don't mean that at all. We're going to change that. But it's harder in this situation because they can't ban anything. Whereas when they did that with Extreme Flank and things, they just went, we've made it worse with a FAQ. We're just going to ban it now instead.
Yeah. But with Extreme Flank, they could have so easily just said, shown a diagram as okay, in the combination, save here, that is the Extreme Flank, not this one.
Yeah.
It's the furthest opposite.
Yeah.
Whereas they thought, oh no, we meant this, no, we meant this. No, actually, don't worry about it.
Just cancel the card.
Like Games Workshop, they half-assed it.
Yeah.
They did seem to be a bit of a knee-jerk reaction on the response, and then they just banned it rather than saying.
A lot of those original ban cards were the way they time trap didn't need to be interpreted the way they.
Yeah, as another example of where they badly worded the FAQ, and then instead of backpedaling, saying actually this works better, so do that, they just went, no, we're just going to cancel it. It's just easier to do that. But what can you do, really? That's just goes the plus.
Magic or Wizards of the Coast, whoever it is, they ban cards for quite frivolous reasons when they balk it.
Yeah, I don't think GW are alone.
No, I don't have any particular issue with them banning specific cards. When they are obviously more complicated than they originally intended. So obviously they play test in their own bubble, don't they? And then it goes into the wild and someone finds something ridiculously like oh poo. We thought it was really cool and you ruined it sort of thing.
We were playing it by the spirit of the rule, and now you just come along and jam that crud.
I know Andrew is quite funny about it, but to an extent he's right about the Loot N Scoot thing. It exploits the fact that you can move objectives onto starting hexes.
I fully expected, like you said, when it moves over, that's no longer a starting hex, that's no longer a lethal hex sort of thing. That's how I expect it. Well, it's fair enough. There's no negative to that happening whatsoever.
Yeah, I think it just I do think that'll maybe be something they'll do.
It's a novelty deck that has a very, very limited lifespan.
I still think that had you not, if you'd taken Condemners, I think it would have been a very different story.
I think they'd have been crucified.
I think the scores would have been switched.
They'd have been crucified.
Yeah.
Because you'd go, oh, I've managed to kill a rat. Oh, that's actually lost me a glory. Oh, I've killed another rat. Oh, it's actually done nothing and caused a wound to me.
Yeah, although it is a control deck, so I don't actually have to kill that many things.
No, but
It is designed
No,
to.
but if you're not killing me, I'm winning. With
Well,
Loot
that's
Scoot.
it. Yeah, that's it. Well, but that's because Condemners can have 3 distractions. So you can, it's got 3 distractions. It's got mischievous spirits, and then you've got what's one of them's got the shield bash thing, which does 1 damage and knocks you back 2. I think it is.
Oh, nice.
So
hasn't one of them got a thing where you can effectively do a knockback of 3 and they follow up?
Yeah,
when
you
they're
can follow.
inspired?
Yeah, and when they're
Oh, it
inspired,
does
you
do,
follow.
yeah.
Yeah.
The problem with that is it does like 2 damage. So with nearly all the Skaven models, you'd be killing them rather than being able to
Yeah, it
push
does.
them back.
Before they're inspired, funny enough, it does 1 damage. Actually, that's more useful. Against
You want to do
Loot N
1,
Scoot.
so you can knock them back and then drive up and then sort of follow up into their half.
Yeah, and you may even be able, I can't remember, you may even be able to just do it as far as you like along it, so in theory you could knock them off the objective and then I can't exactly 100% remember, and stand on the objective. I don't think you have to go all the way.
I think you have to remain adjacent to them.
You might be right,
So-
I can't remember off the top of my head.
But there's nothing saying you have to do the full knockback, I don't think. I think you can just
No, that's
knock
true.
them
So
back
you
once,
could-
possibly.
That's true.
Well, I'm going to apologise to Matt because
Yeah, I
he's
do
come
feel a
all
bit
this way
bad.
to get absolutely pummeled.
It's fine. It's
He
It's
said,
fine, I'm just not coming again.
he said
No,
setting fire to the garage.
you had forewarning, so it's fine. I think a lot of people will find solace in seeing that it's not actually this dickheadish, unbeatably troll deck that you can counter it. Yeah, okay, it's very specific in terms of how you built your deck. If you went with that deck to an event, you could get over.
Yeah.
But I'm going to take this on Saturday. There'll be 6 people there, so we'll see how it goes.
I
I
think
don't
it'll
think
do.
this is that bad a deck. I think probably I would drop 1 objective destruction thing and add in their faction-specific sudden growth to make Hrothgorn a bit
Oh yeah,
better. Bulk, something
bulk, yeah.
I don't know if the Loot N Scoot deck has any kind of damaging cards or anything like that at all, or any kind of plus damage or great strength or anything like that. I kind of feel like if it doesn't, not that I change the deck, but in a second game, if you played this game again, I think my first thing would be to actually try and kill Hrothgorn and try and go after him with Skritch, try and get Skritch inspired because he's doing 3 damage and he's got cleave, and try and get an end of round 1 charge and a beginning of round 2 charge in or attack in, and maybe trying to take Hrothgorn out, because if you can take Hrothgorn out, you're in a lot more trouble, I think.
Oh yeah,
He's the linchpin to this.
Without Hrothgorn, the deck's useless. But I'm not sure that would work necessarily because you're not scoring glory if you do that.
No,
Possibly not.
The thing is as well is that if you do that, that's putting him in the thick of it. You don't want to lose Skritch.
No.
And the whole point of Loot N
Hrothgorn might
Scoot.
hit in between, and Fafnir's quite juicy.
But I would leave the Skritch charge till like the last
okay.
activation.
Yeah.
I would maybe move
So you'd be safe,
move Skaven around and put them on objectives to distract you into trying to take them out, and then bring in Skritch on the very last round. Because if he's inspired, he's doing 3 damage and he's got cleave, which can cause Hrothgorn's consternation. And then if you can get the first activation in the next round as well,
true. Yeah.
you could be looking at a dead Hrothgorn.
Yeah.
But this is a hindsight.
You're not wrong, but
But you're not right.
the opening paragraph of Loot N Scoot is don't attack LOL.
No, true.
So yeah,
I kind of feel in this situation you probably have to mitigate the damage or the
If
problem of Hrothgorn.
if Hrothgorn's starting to destroy your objectives, then you have to do something.
Yeah, there is no plan B.
Yeah.
No.
So I think you in that situation you'd have to quickly.
But I think if he's not, then you probably just carry on with your plan because you.
Yeah, I mean, I'm happy to just effectively put it down to it's a hard counter deck against the novelty deck. Yeah, it's limited because there is no plan B. But I think the real test in terms of events will be Grimwatch, who are going to be fighting over the same objectives.
I'd love to see it played against Grimwatch actually.
I think
It'd be
that
really
deck
fun.
versus the Grimwatch deck that Loz played would be really interesting to see how that would go.
We should maybe stream it.
Yeah,
You should definitely stream it. If you're going to stream it, make sure you let us know in advance, and we'll let people know so they can watch that, because I think a lot of people would want to watch that.
Yeah.
I'm usually drunk when we play, so it's.
Okay.
I need to do that more. I think at least I'll have an excuse then.
I was drunk.
It gives me something to
Right.
smash if I get really angry.
Exactly.
I need 2 smashes. Why are there no 2 crits?
I'm rolling magic dice. This is so much dice. So thank you to Loz and to Matt for coming in to travel all this way, because they've come from miles away to come here tonight, and frankly we love it having
it's absolutely brilliant. I'm still feeling a little bit bad.
You shouldn't.
I didn't think it would work that well.
I think you should give them something from the garage as a memento to say sorry, like that bike.
I want the dice tray.
The Clash of Champions book. It's got a
that's it. Give them a book to an outdated gaming system that no longer gets updates. It's got a chapter
or so written by Josh Reynolds in it. So
he's your favourite author.
So in the toilet paper crisis, this could be very useful.
So hopefully you guys enjoyed yourselves and you weren't too terrified by all the cameras and the lights.
I mean, I loved my game. I'm really happy with my game.
So on this balance, Loz is the better player.
Yeah, I think that's Steve.
Trophy to say otherwise, sorry.
I have the baby steps.
You can take that deck to a tournament, you probably win because it's Grimwatch.
Just like Jose Mourinho falling back on your past glories.
Injuries.
There was that time, but Paul groin injury and stuff. So thanks for coming along, guys. We've really enjoyed having you here, even if Robin has decided to cheat a lot. And we have we just love having people along. So if you are a Patreon supporter and you do want to come into the garage, would you guys suggest it?
Absolutely.
Will you come back? And I promise not to design it.
I will tell you that I'm running Loot N Scoot and bring something else. I'll bring Hrothgorn.
How do you like it now, Robin?
I promise I'll bring a different warband next time.
Well, we'll see you soon then in the Beastgrave, guys.
All in.
Bye.